Yeah. Well, yeah, they said women are allowed to vote and therefore we are equal. And feminism was achieved in the 1920s. Like, yeah. Mm, mm, yeah. Mhm. To have those things, yes, exactly. Hmm. Hmm. Things are changing. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. 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 I was gonna. You said something, and that like. Yeah. So there's actually Sean was watching this really interesting. There's, um, I'm just gonna plug something that I have no association with. It's called Philosophy Tube, and yes, yes. So she has a bit. Um, I think she's a PhD in philosophy or so, like maybe sociology, something along. I think it's philosophy actually specifically, but yes, just like amazing trans woman who has like some really interesting takes, and like if you're interested in that kind of thing, you should check her out. You know, a casual YouTube think piece, but um, Nebula. Hmm, interesting. Got it. So it's maybe less milestone based and more about like actual. Okay. Mm, got it. No, no, no. So there's a really interesting take in one of her videos where she talks about that like the oppression of women is like fundamental to like making capitalism work, right? It was like women were being used essentially for their free labor in the home. And she goes as far as to say that this is like akin to slavery. And I'm like, okay, we're getting into some crazy territory there, but yeah, like yeah, I mean Yeah. Like, yes, like historically, right, is like you had children and you like and that's how you literally survived, and that labor at home, that free labor at home is how, we had this prosperous period or whatever during the like 60s. We could also attribute that to like the extreme social programs in the US that were going on at that time, because that was like in like the post FDR period where he made significant changes. Sorry, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. I don't know if these are. I don't. I don't. Okay, I was like, I don't know. I mean, he's like a subclass of a major one, but yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, he was the president during world. That's FDR and president during World War II, at the beginning of World War II as well. So that's, yeah. I mean, yeah, he's like the American Winston Churchill essentially. So, um, yeah, um, yeah. So I mean, like, I and people go back to that prosperous period and they say, how do we remodel that? And it's like, I don't think enslaving women is the way to go back and do that. But I mean, I feel like, and I think that that's kind of where this the manosphere, and it was, you see it in the documentary. You see that they say, oh, like, it's difficult for men to get a job. It's difficult for them to like achieve something in this, like, especially, and I mean, AI is taking jobs. The job market is one of the worst situations it's ever been. But instead of saying, they go like just so close, they get so close to like the truth of like, we need reform, we need like social programs and like, something to support. They say, no, 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 you and yes, and what they say, it's almost like they're like, it's proto enslavement of men is what they promote. They say, you only, like, one of the things that's a quote from that Manosphere documentary is, you only make yourself valuable, you only gain value in this world by making yourself valuable to another man. And it's like, by, okay, so like, your male servitude is how you gain value in this world. And I'm like, you, how are we helping anybody? How are we helping anybody? Yes. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Grind set. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Like, to that's pretty much exactly it. Like, it's built in this system right now where we're having to blame oppressed groups for what's going on, instead of looking at the top and looking at these, grifters driving Lamborghinis who are causing these problems, who are taking your money, who are, if they're billionaires or they're like whatever, that are taking advantage of the system, as opposed to, so we're gonna say, oh no, it's like women trying to, climb up to the same level as men is the issue, right? We have to point fingers somewhere, and so it becomes an issue of if you want to be regressive, you have to say women have to also be repressed, right? And then yeah, and especially because it's yeah. Sorry, continue. No, I was just saying it, especially if it's gonna be like in a this like it's like it's incel capitalism essentially, right? It's like where these two things like meet, and it's if it's based inside this yeah, essentially, yes, exact. That's kind of it. Like, and it's like, why? Who do we blame for why we're angry and lonely? It's they're gonna say women, right? Because women aren't like having sex with them. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. 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 Yeah, so I actually looked this up after the documentary came out, and there were a couple news articles that explored like how like young men's opinions changed when they watched that, and they realized that like, oh, this is actually like not rooted. This their perceptions changed fairly significantly. Um, because they're they realized that it was all kind of fake and for the camera, right? But it's I think that is curious to me. Like, I think these people that are at the top, who the Andrew Tates, the what is it, HS Tiki Talkies, like Harrison, like these. Yeah. Oh, shit. You're so. Yeah, he's like Arab, but he goes by totally different. He goes by a pseudonym. I don't remember. I'll just look it up really quick. Creators. Yes. Interested. Hmm. Yeah. Yes, I agree. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, so that's the thing. So his name is Myron Gaines, and that's the thing. So it's I'm of two minds, right? Either they genuinely truly believe this, and they are so deep in it that it's like become essentially like conspiracy theory mental illness, right? And it's they've convinced themselves that this is true. The other, which I don't think any of the people at the top are like that. Yeah,